Hello and welcome to the Group 1 preview for Champions Day this Saturday at Flemington, brought to you by TopSport. Feel the excitement. I am a very excited and overtired Alex Donnelly because this is the final video of the week. It's the final Group 1 of the week, and I think it's the best day of the whole carnival.
It is, and it's getting bigger and better with every single season. I feel it's a massive day. We've got some champion superstars running around, so yeah, it's going to be a good one. What do you think of the day?
Of the day, I think it is now officially the best day of the Flemington Carnival. And Katelyn Mallyon did jump in before I got to introduce her. So there's Katelyn Mallyon for all those playing at home if you couldn't figure it out. But yeah, this is officially the best day of the carnival. I think it's the best betting day of the carnival now too. VRC are very anti-change, usually.
Yeah.
These changes are the right changes.
Absolutely. Yep, they sure are.
But as said, we are here for the 3 Group 1, so we're just going to go straight through from races 6, 7 and 8. The Champion Sprint is the first of the 3 events, and of course your favourite currently is Bella Nipotina, who just keeps on winning and winning and winning and picking up millions upon millions of dollars. She's $4.20. Giga Kick next at $5, Overpass $6, Sunshine in Paris $6, and then down the bottom, little Bellatrix Star $12, and Barrackeel is $9.50. Katie, you're in good form. You tipped the last winner yesterday and found us a $10 winner as well. Who do you like in the Champion Sprint?
I'm with the filly here, down the bottom on the backup, Bellatrix Star. I loved her run in the Coolmore Stud Stakes behind Switzerland, who's an up-and-coming young star himself. I think 51.5 kilos she's drawn. The right part of the track for mine. She'll appreciate the speed on. I think she's going to be hard to beat on the backup. She doesn't know how to run a bad race. Ahead of Bella Nipotina, how can you go past her? She's just the most genuine horse, of course, the Everest winner, and then won the Russell Balding last start. The only query for mine is, look, she's had the 5 goes up the straight. Yeah. Not one, but gee, she's run unbelievably before, only been beaten, a length and in some of those big sprints. So look, you can't leave her out. She's just absolutely flying. Giga Kick, I think he's working up to an absolute peak performance. He ran enormous in the Everest. I think that few weeks in between that start will hold him in good stead. 4th up. Mark Zara on board. He knows him well. And I think Overpass as well, another really good chance in this race, but it doesn't really end there because I could have found a spot for Barrackeel and I Am Unstoppable, who's absolutely flying. You've got the Caulfield Guineas winner there, Private Life and Estriella. So what a race. And forgetting the Nisham Archibald pair in Sunshine in Paris and Lady Laguna, who are also going well. So it's going to be an awesome race.
It is absolutely fantastic. Like, you've got a Caulfield Guineas winner backing up into this. You've got Bellatrix Star, the stable, won it last year, obviously, with Imperatriz. Sunshine in Paris is looking to finally get one on Bella Nipotina. Bella Nipotina, 10 starts at Flemington, but no wins.
Yeah, it's interesting, but yet she's ran out of her skin a few times there. So, with not a lot of luck. So, yeah, and she's arguably going the best that she's ever gone.
I wish everyone could have a horse like her because, 1, you'd be really rich, and 2, you just know every week your horse is going to give 100% every time.
$20 million in prize money. Over $20 million.
I think my horse has won $210,000. They're way off. Oh, that's what, 1%.
That's not bad, actually. Yeah. That's not bad.
For a 7,000 buy, did all right. The next one is the Champions Mile, 1,600 metres, and the old rivalry. The old rivalry is back again. Mr. Brightside takes on Pride of Jenny, and Fangirl's like, hey, please don't forget me in this. Mr. Brightside, $6. Pride of Jenny is into favourite. She's been $6.50 to $4.60 with the jockey change. Of course, Ben Mellum replacing Declan Bates, slightly controversial. Broadsiding from the Cox Plate, $6.50. Fangirl, $7 and $9 next. Another wheel. I'm going to say it, this race absolutely rules.
It does, and it's going to be an awesome race. Again, look, my best bet here comes up in horse 1, Mr. Brightside. Yep. I love him, and I think back to the mile, back at Flemington, with the blinkers on for the first time. He's drawn well, and he's just going to get that nice run behind the speed. He can sit right there, and he can handle that sort of pressure, I feel.
Do you think Mellum will go a little bit slower than Declan would on Pride of Jenny?
I think Benny's a really, really good front-running rider, and I think that he'll ride her pretty similar.
Okay.
I'd imagine he's not the type of jockey to try and go too slow. I think it'll suit her perfectly. But I tell you what, Declan Bates, I know he's lost right on Pride of Jenny, but I think he can win on another will as well. So another horse that won Super the other day, he can handle that sort of pressure. He'll actually appreciate that sort of good speed. One horse that I absolutely love, and I'd love to tip her, but I do think that Pride of Jenny brings her undone, is Fangirl.
Yep.
And I just don't think that she really likes that high pressure off the bridle sort of chasing. It sort of takes away her electric finish. So if you think that Pride of Jenny isn't going to go that hard and they're going to stack up a little bit, I think that'll play into Fangirl's hands because I think she's got the best sprint of any horse in this field. But I'm just going with those horses that I think that they're going to roll along. Pride of Jenny, can she bounce back? If she does, she's going to be right there. I couldn't find a spot for her. But one thing for sure is if she puts her best foot forward, she's going to take some running down. And not forgetting the 3-year-old here, broadsiding, 4th up. He ran enormous in the Cox Plate. I know they were all well beaten on that occasion, but loved the way that he attacked the line. He's got 52 kilos on his back. If he can handle that sort of pressure, back to the mile, he's going to be hard to beat as well. So what a race.
He's the one for me because he's 4th up into this, and whereas a few others, you've got a couple on the back up, a couple look like afterthoughts, and it's just like he's the one that's got the freshest legs in the race. You've also got Entino there who kicked their heads in a Toorak handicap as well. Like this race is just.
How about Amelia's Jewel?
Yeah, she's back out. Like this is great. It's Mr. Brightside. We can safely say he's a miler. He can get 2,000, but they have to run as fast as you and I early to get it.
Yeah, exactly. And just a good old war horse, isn't he?
Yeah. All right, let's get to the Champion Stakes. It is over 2,000 metres. It is race number 8 at Flemington. Look, there's no prizes in tipping Via Sistina here. She is $1.45. She did win the Cox Plate by one of the biggest margins ever. Broke the track record. Could have run even faster if we didn't get one of the all-time celebrations. Look, she's $1.45. A Tissue, winner of this race last year, on the back up $9.50. Without a Fight creates a lot of interest. Melbourne Cup and Caulfield Cup winner of last year. First up since then, potentially on his way to Hong Kong next start. And then you're looking at $12 for Elias and then 20s and longer the rest. Are you going to take the easy way out and tip Via Sistina?
Well, I actually have my roughie in this race.
Okay.
So, yes, although Via Sistina is the champion that we know, she just absolutely cleaned them up in the Cox Plate, and we saw her win the Turnbull at Flemington the start prior. She's a star. I don't have her on top, but as I said, I found my roughie here, and I think that he can run a really, really good second to her. But I think Without a Fight is a horse that obviously is the Melbourne Cup champion of last year, also the Caulfield Cup champion. So he's had a long while off through injury, but I just feel like from his trials, he's going really well. He's nice and forward. I can just see him flashing home. And, obviously I don't even think Via Sistina needs to bring her best to sort of be winning this sort of race, even if she's a couple of lengths below. I just think she absolutely peaked in the Cox Plate. Probably not going to see a peak performance from her here, but probably doesn't have to be to win. However, we've got some really good horses in this race. Of course, talking about Caulfield Cup champ, Duke de Sessa, I give a really good chance to. Another horse that'll be forward in running. Looks like there's good speed here with Royal Champion, Kingswood, Deny Knowledge. I think that it should be a genuinely run race. So I think Via Sistina will find herself midfield to maybe a little bit worse, back with Without a Fight and a Tissue. So they're the horses that I think that are going to be the horses to be on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Via Sistina can do, and no doubt they're going to have to put their best foot forward to beat her.
Well, you've done the right job here, I think, tipping Without a Fight. You're getting $2.40 the place rather than $1.45 the win. It's like, if she flames up, because Animo did a few years ago, all the horses that came out of the Cox Plate last year didn't win on this day last year. So, and then the year before, I think did Alligator Blood won the mile, beating Mr. Brightside.
That's right.
So, coming out of the Cox Plate, very tough to do. And this only is the third running of Champions Day. So we're going to see how these Cox Plate horses go. So I don't mind it. It's a very, very intriguing race, and good roughie to find on the final day at Flemington. But Katie, thanks for joining us on the Group 1 preview with Top Sport.
Thanks for having me, and what a week it's been.
We can feel the excitement for this Saturday. Of course, we are brought to you by Top Sport. We do have a couple more Group 1 previews to come your way. Of course, it is 1,000 Guineas and Rupert Clark next week. We'll be back later in the season for the Group 1 preview.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.